Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name's Rebecca, I'm 28 and I live in Newcastle, and you are reporting for Beauty Duty. First things first, a little bit of housekeeping. The lighting during the first portion of my video is brighter than it will be at the end and the beginning. I turned down my ring light so that you could see the colours a little bit better, because I feel like it was really washing the colours out and me as well. So just so you know. So today I have my little WeMakeup palette. So this is a Italian indie brand, and this was a build your own palette that I did with it. This cost me 22-ish euros. I think it cost 25, 26 to get to me, and it took around about exactly 10 days, and I didn't do expedited shipping because it was €4 more and I'm stingy. So the colours that I chose are these. So I have all 4 of the mattes on my eye, and I have these 2 duochromes. So I have this laid down and this one over the top. So they all came sealed separately, and then I popped them in the little palette. So unfortunately I won't be able to tell you the names because I'm not that well organised. I really love the Ombre packaging. It says colourful and then WeMakeup.it. I'll link them down below, of course. And yeah, so you've got the little on the back as well. You've got, so you can pop them back out, and it's a magnetic palette. I really like this. It has a little mirror, which was really handy when I was doing my makeup. So I'm going to crack on to the swatches for you. As always, going to do arm swatches. Here, do have some hair coming through on my arms. Yeah, I'm going to use this side still. So I'm just going to, as always, swatch like that. Okay, so going in with the first purple duochrome. Of course I needed to pick this up. I think I picked up every single duochrome that they had in stock. Wow, that was not great. You did not do that well. You are crap at swatching. Okay. There we go. Can't really see the duochrome, but that goes purple to a sort of baby pink. Not the huge amount of like duochrominess, but still, this keeps getting on my teeth. Never doing this with gloss on again. Well, I've got a liquid lip with gloss over the top, so that's what that looks like. Then going into the next slightly darker purple duochrome, which, oof, I really love this actually, which is purple to a sort of baby blue and lime sort of shade. You can't see. Duochrome is so hard to show up on camera. But that's that there. And the next one is a sort of, looks bronzy in the pan, but oh, I'm holding my arm up. Yeah, so that's sort of a reddy brick colour with a blue and white undertone, bit of green maybe. Ooh, that is really nice. And then a slightly sort of more definite looking orange, and it looks like in the pan it has a green shift to it. Wow, I tried. Oh, you can't really see the shift that well on camera, but I'm trying my best. But it's really pretty. And then another sort of, I mean, it looks purple in the pan, but just some sort of like a blue brown. Yeah, very similar to MAC blue brown. Just that one there, really nice. So I chose some quite different mattes than I kind of have in my collection, especially not as singles. And as I said, I wanted to create a sort of add-on palette to a neutral palette so that I could maybe travel with a very small neutral plus this if I wanted to do some brighter looks. You never know, I might go back and buy neutrals. We'll see where time takes us. So going in with the lilac matte. Okay, that's got caught up in some arm hair, but actually swatches pretty well. And then going in with the pastel green. I have not swatched how I said I would, but I've done all the duochromes first and now I'm doing the mattes in order. Again, these swatch really nicely actually. And then I have the matte sort of pastel-y blue, which is what I've got in my crease. Just like that, we'll blend it up and out. And then I have the yellow. So that's everything there. And I quite like what I created. It's something a little bit different. Is it the most like cohesive, easy to use palette that I've created myself? Let's remember that. No, it's not, because as I said, I wanted to try out a few different things. I still have lipstick on my teeth. God's sake. Yeah, so as I said, I wanted to try out something a bit different. I dipped into another palette once to use a cream shade, literally just to blend around the outside. So yeah, that's all I needed to dip into another palette for. And this is the look that we have created. It's not really about the look, it's more to show you how the shadows perform and use as much of them as I can at the same time. If you're interested in seeing what I think about WeMakeup and seeing how they perform, do keep on watching and I'll see you soon. Okay, so my base is on and my brows are done and I have my eyes primed. I've been priming with my Be Perfect Cosmetics Perfect Prime Eyeshadow Priming Base. I've used it a few times with some setting powder on it, which is that there, and I'm actually really loving how shadows go on top of it at the moment. So I'm going to give it a try with this. I'm just going to get some creases out of it. I've had my base on for a little bit, like I've cooked and eaten dinner and stuff. Doing an unwelcome skin friend just then, a little bit here, but oh well, nothing to get particularly sad about. And I'll be working with some slightly boisterous hair today, but oh well. So I'm hoping I would have chatted a bit more about it in my intro, but here is my little palette that I made myself from WeMakeup. It is more of like an add-on to the rest of my collection. I really didn't want to add in any neutrals because I have that. So I'm just going to hold it up. I will have, hopefully, swatch these during my introduction, but they look really pretty. So I'm just going to hop into it, and I have a slightly more neutral palette here in case I feel like I need to add it. I've got my Clientele palette, so if I feel like I'm lacking anything with these shades, I will pop some neutrals in there as well. Okay, so looking at this, I think I'll start with this blue shade here. Unfortunately, I don't have names for these, but I will tag the website down below and hopefully it'll be obvious what I've purchased from there. So I'm just going to take my small Jeffree Star X Morphe brush, which is the JS13, and I'm just going to start sketching out a shape. Oh, that has a good amount of pigment to it. Let me shuffle a bit. There we go. Yeah, I like the pigmentation on that. I wanted to go for something, when I was choosing my own palette, something a bit different for me. I didn't want to just go for, you know what, if I made my own palette, it would be purpley, pink and mauve, and maybe with a bit of green thrown in there. So I wanted to, you know, to get something really summery and sort of see where I go from there. As always, this is not going to be anything too dramatic, just sort of testing out the shades and seeing where they go from there. This is some real nice pigmentation to it. Really nice. And I have, this is like a pastel-y, a muted pastel-y sort of blue. And I have struggled with getting pastels to show up on my skin tone before. So you can hear laughing. My fiance is just on his Xbox chatting with his friends. Yeah. So yeah, I've tried pastels before, and as I said, I do struggle to get them to show up on my skin tone, but so far, so good. Okay, so that's that popped on. And I'm going to take my Jeffree Star X Morphe JS5 brush, and I'm just going to blend out the edges of this. Blends out well. I'm not losing, yeah, my base is still a bit wet, yeah. Not losing any particular pigmentation when I blend it out, which can happen with pastels. Pastels, I don't really know, nor do I really care what people like to pronounce it as. So just given this brush is not the one for this. Really must wash these properly. Go in with a Spectrum instead, which is a Spectrum B06, which is this one there. I'm just gonna take this slightly above the crease because I keep on doing this really bad habit of, like, when I'm putting shades on and I need to make sure I relax my eyes, because I do have a bit of a hooded eye. There we go, so you can see it a little bit above the crease there. I think because so often I do makeup just for just to take pictures on Instagram, that I forget that actually in real life I need to make sure I take my eyeshadow that little bit higher up so that it can be seen when my eyes are fully open, not just when I'm posing like a fool for Instagram. It's a bit of kick up, but nothing to sort of get angry about. I'm not a believer of that you need loads of different shades to create an eye look. I am not beyond sticking on just a matte and a shimmer or metallic or glitter. I think they are actually really cute looks when people just do that. So just blend, blend. Really love this colour. I really do love blue eyeshadow. I really need to wear it a bit more. And although we've not had the greatest weather here in particular, the palette does have a mirror in it. Yeah, although we haven't had great weather here, I do want to do some like really summery looks, because I feel like I do have a really dry bit on my eye here. Because I do feel like my default is to do quite dark, sultry looks, and there's nothing wrong with that because that's what I like, but I do want to sort of challenge myself and do something a bit different as well. So I'm just gonna build this up just out here a little bit so I have something to blend it out, so I can blow out the look a little bit more. How's everyone doing? How are we handling lockdown? Are you feeling good? I think when I first started this channel, which was in lockdown, to keep myself busy, I will keep it going outside of lockdown, by the way. Yeah, it was sort of one of the harder moments when it just all started, and what was originally supposed to be my wedding date was coming and my birthday was coming and things like that. And can I say that things have been easy in lockdown? No, I absolutely cannot. However, you know, I'm getting used to things and just going with the flow and Zooming with my friends and chatting with my parents and, you know, just doing what I need to do, keeping myself as busy as I possibly can, really. So I'm just blowing this out a bit. Okay, so just look at the mirror in front of me, see if we're even. Yeah, not bad. Sort of what I tend to do is as my look progresses, I start formulating in my head how I'm going to go from there. What I'm just going to do is take my really, really fluffy brush here, or a fluffy brush, because I don't know if this has stuff on it. No, we're okay. I'm just going to dip into a really pale cream in the Be Perfect palette, the Clientele palette. I'm not going to hold it up because it's literally a cream shade. Yeah, and I'm just going to floof that round the edge a bit just to diffuse it slightly. So moving on from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the crease a bit and I'm going to pop back on and we'll add some more colours. So I will be right back. Okay, so I'm back and I've just done a little bit of crease cutting. I've just used my Be Perfect primer again. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the green just here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pack that. Ooh, that, I'm not sure how well. In person, that has got a lot of pigment to it actually. Just going to pack this on the outer corner of my cut crease, and then I'm going to pack it on my inner corner as well of my cut crease. So just creating a sort of halo. That's nice actually. There we go. And I'll just do the same on this eye as well. There we are. I think that looks really cute. And then I'm just going to take the original brush that I laid down the blue with. I'm just going to sort of blend around the edges and outsides of this, just to make sure it's all nice and blended together. Because no one wants an unblended eye look, you know? There we are. And then I'm going to take a duochrome colour. So I haven't really swatched these, so I'm not really sure what colour to go for. Okay, so I'm going to go with this shade here. And what I'm going to do is just lay some glitter glue down the centre. So I'm just going to pop the glitter glue on and come back. I'll be back in like 5 minutes. Okay, so I'm back. It didn't take 5 minutes. Don't know why I said that. Equal enough. And just gonna, although I've laid glitter glue, I'm still gonna give my little brush a bit of a spritz with some primer water. Just so I can pick it up a little bit easier because they do look a little crumbly in the pan. And as I said, I'm just gonna take that one there. Oh no, picks up well on the brush. And just patting that down the centre, because it wouldn't be me if I didn't add a bit of purple. Now would it? Just patter. I doubt that you can see how duochrome this is on camera, but it has a beautiful purple to sort of a baby blue and lilac shift. It is really just really pretty. Ooh, wow, yeah, I really like that. It's nothing like unusual to my collection necessarily, but I'm really into trying out indie brands at the moment and since I enjoyed Nabla so much, which is also a Italian indie brand, I really wanted to give these a try because one of my most watched YouTubers, Angelica Nyqvist, she really likes WeMakeup and has talked about them a few times on her channel. A few times, I can't really remember how many times. So I thought, you know what, why not? Why not? Another lockdown purchase. So I'm just going to go back in with the green and I'm just going to make this look a bit smoother between the two shades there. So the green has sort of darkened up slightly, but that's probably due to the glitter glue and that the shadow's a little wet as well when I've tried to blend them together. So it's not as seamless as I would have liked, but that's more down to me being an idiot than anything else. Okay, there we are. And then I'm just going to take the slightly lighter purple, the more lilac, which is this shade here. And I'm just going to tap that just in the centre as well, just to give it a little bit of, just to accentuate that a bit. I'm just going to tap it out, make sure it's blended. Well, no, it's not blended, but make sure it doesn't look too harsh. And I think that looks pretty cute. Can't see it that well. Yeah, it's nothing too wild. Just wanted to try all of the shades. And then under eye, I'm just going to close it a second because I just need to give this brush a little bit of a cleaner-oo. So under eye, I'm just going to grab the yellow, which is just that one there. And please work, because often yellows are so rubbish on me. Oh yeah, that's got a decent amount of pigment to it. I need to work out a way to get myself a little bit closer so that you guys can see me better and can see everything that I can see. Yeah, that's good for like a pastel-y neon yellow. Well, it's more of a neon than a pastel. Just packing that on the under eye. This is quite a colourful look, but we're just sort of testing everything out a bit, seeing what's what. And then I'm just going to grab a different brush, my little Morphe Y22. I'm going to take the lilac, which is just there, and I'm going to put that on the inner portion of my under eye. Bit of fallout here, but nothing that stresses me out too much. I am enjoying doing slightly shorter videos because they are significantly easier to edit, I'll be honest. I'll have to edit out a minimum amount. There, I just have to like sort of, I'm just showing you the look a bit, make everything mesh well together and things like that. So I'm just going to take my big fluffy B06, which is my Spectrum brush, and I'm just going to sort of floof this under eye bit. There we go. Nothing too wild and crazy. It's not how I would like use them in general because I just want to like show them off a bit and show how they perform. But I'm going to pop some liner lashes on and I will be right back. Okay, so I'm back. So I popped some lashes on. These are Doll Beauty in the style Candy. And they're really nice and fluffy, so I love these. And I've popped a lip on, which is the OPV in Wild Girl with a bit of Doll Beauty sponsored lip gloss, just tapped out. Just, you know, add a bit of gloss. And I just realised something's on my teeth. That's not ideal. Okay, so I've actually turned down my ring light so that you can see the colours a little bit more true to tone, because when I looked up I realised, oh my goodness, everything looks super washed out, so you can't really see how actually beautiful the colours are in real life. So this is the look that I've done here. as I said, it's nothing like, it's not a tutorial, it's more just to try and see the quality of the brand. And I got it as like an add-on. So I got it to add on when, you know, to neutral palettes and things like that, and colours that things are dropping off my lap onto the floor, just ignore that. You know, to sort of wanted to try it out, and I just wanted to try an alternative to neutral or purples, because I could have, you know, made a little purple palette and that would have suited me fine. But it's not what I, you know, it's not what I need in my collection necessarily, is another small purple palette. I really liked how they performed. The pigmentation is great. They blended out really good. I have no complaints in that matters. The duochromes are really nice. They went on really well on top of a glitter glue. I'm sure they'd go on just as well, just normally like wet over a normal base. Something we can explore in the future. I already have an idea in mind of how I'm going to use these again. Yeah, still got this on my tooth. That is winning at life there, Rebecca, winning. But let me know what you thought of them down below. Will you be picking up something yourself from WeMakeup? I'm hoping at the beginning that I've talked about prices and things like that. But, you know, yeah, let me know if you're going to be picking anything up. What have you been picking up during lockdown? Anything from any indie brands or bigger brands? I know brands out there have been throwing out all the discounts and really reeling us in with them. And that's fine because, you know, keeping the economy going and all that. And if you haven't been buying anything, that's also fine too. Do not feel any pressure to buy anything that you don't either want or don't need. So no pressure with that either. Let me know what you want to see next on my channel. I don't have anything massively like new palette wise to try. Would you like a chit chatty get ready with me? Any specific tutorials, please let me know and I will get straight onto that for you. But thank you very much for watching my video. Do follow me on Instagram. I'll just have the name there. I've got the same handle on Twitter as well, but I'm not as active. And don't forget to subscribe. Ring that bell as well so that you're notified of when I next upload, and give me a like if you've enjoyed the video. Thank you very much and I'll see you next time. Bye!